Durag Wisdom. I have some good news for you first, and this is the good news. As you know, the birther bastard has nominated his Supreme Court, the stolen Supreme Court seat, because you have to remember that President Obama was denied his pick by the GOP bastards. Bitch McDumbbell has the nerve to lie to the American people by saying, well, Bill Clinton had 2, Obama should have 2 too. Which is, I never heard of such a law. The GOP makes up their own laws to suit themselves. So here he was, President of the United States, and Anton, may he burn in eternity. I'm an atheist, you gotta remember. It's just an expression. When Anton Scalia dropped dead, and sorry for the and there I go again, Obama had the opportunity to pick a third Supreme Court justice, which made the GOP absolutely crazy because they had a real right-wing court, thanks to all the years that we allowed the GOP to contaminate our government, because they were able to pick all these conservative justices. More about that in a minute. So they denied President Obama his nominee, which was a real middle of the road, tepid, not a progressive. He had the opportunity to pick a real progressive, but as usual, Democrats, I hate to say this, Obama was a great president, but unfortunately he coddled those GOP pricks too much. Because they don't coddle. I don't coddle. If I was president, I would have picked the most progressive left-wing justice I could. I would have told the GOP to go fuck themselves. I would have gone, talk about executive orders. Believe me. Put me in there. And you folks would be so happy, believe me. I'm not saying I'd be perfect, but believe me. So, continuing with the good news. All right, or trying to get to the good news. I haven't gotten to that yet. So here they are. They denied Obama his pick for Supreme Court, and this birther bastard, pretender to the presidency, because he's a Putin puppet, with the help of the Putin FBI. Really, we live in a country that's been invaded by right-wing, not communist Russia, right-wing, crony, capitalist, fascist Russia. That's the irony. Here I was all the years of commie, all the commies are coming. The Russians are coming, they're coming to kill us, they're coming to take us, they're going to take us over, Turns out that when the Russians came here, they wanted capitalism with impunity, buddies. You should see what they did to Brighton Beach. Used to be Brooklyn. They took that beautiful neighborhood and turned it into Odessa? And don't get me wrong, everybody's welcome here. Of course, the Russians have an advantage when they're white. Anybody who wants to immigrate to this country who's white or Christian is going to have an easy time. Oh man, what a bunch of hypocrisy. So here he is, Obama denied by the lying scum GOP, and Trump comes in and he picks this right-wing Hobby Lobby slobby piece of trash, corporate trash, who wants to who hates workers, rules against workers, is probably a Christian extremist. He's a smart man, but he doesn't belong on the Supreme Court. The Obama pick belongs on the Supreme Court. So the good news is that the Republicans do not have enough votes. They are the majority, but the rule is they need 60 votes. You see, the GOP kind of screwed themselves by make it as hard as possible. You know, remember when Obama was president, they were out most of the time. They made sure to block everything. And now that this creep is in, they want to be in there on the ball. Let's get rid of Social Security. Let's get Medicare. Let's block Medicaid. Let's get rid of women's right to choose. Let's get rid of gay rights. Let's get rid of environmental rights. Let's cover this entire planet with oil, right? They're beating the drum. They go home at night and they're beating off. Oh boy, we're going to screw the people, man. Oh, our rich friends are going to love us. So the good news is they're going to need some Democrats to help them get their nominee through. So last night on Rachel Maddow, I was watching Merkley. This guy saying Merkley. He is going to filibuster that scumbag nomination. And what is there, 48? All they need is 41. I think there are 48 members in the Senate of the Democrats. And all they need is 41 for the minority to block the majority. So as long as no effing right-wing blue dog Democrats don't, go to the other side and commit treason, this guy will never be put in there. Never. I am so happy. And it's making the birther bastard crazy. He's tweeting, I don't know, these GOP, they're trying to hurt. I'm going to say, they're a bunch of, I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to do something about them. They're weak. They don't know. I'm trying to make America great again. I'm trying to pick all the greatest things you could possibly imagine. And I want you to know, I want to make America white again and rich again. And they're blocking me. Oh, they're blocking me. Oh, I'm being blocked. Here, Mr. Birther Bastard, take this 44 Magnum and put it up to your head. It's gonna make him crazy. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the good news. As long as we don't have some pussy-wussy, right-wing corporatist Democrats betraying us. You out there are doing a great job. You're getting in the birther bastard's face. You're joining Indivisible. You're watching all the progressive newscasts. You're going down to your local representative, either Republican or Democrat, and protesting. Because as long as you're keeping that up and being in that prick's face, it's going to be more and more difficult for him to put forth his totalitarian, anti-American, traitorous agenda. Because if we are silent, our country is gone. Now I want to leave you with this. We have 3 branches of government. Our entire country is made up in that fashion and helps protect us from totalitarianism. The Supreme Court is supposed to be separate from that. Why do you think these creeps are in there for a lifetime? And the Republicans especially have turned our Supreme Court into a partisan body. And it's supposed to be a separate body. Separate. All the justices on the Supreme Court are supposed to be of like mind, objective, and that the Constitution is an evolving document, not something stuck back in the 18th century. Now, George Washington, our first president, again, Rachel Maddow, he was able to appoint every Supreme Court justice then because he was the first president. But as years went by, it's become clearer to me that this body, this very important part of our government, the judicial branch, is being contaminated by these politicians. No one on the Supreme Court should be dedicated to anyone but us, the people. Liberal, conservative, left, right, but not crazy. Not anti our Constitution. Not anti our civil rights. And sadly, these politicians have made our court. They're absorbing it into the other branches of the government. The executive branch right now under this birther bastard is like a blob. He's trying to absorb the judicial branch. Ladies and gentlemen, keep your eye on the ball because this prick changes things every day. Keep your eye on the ball. Our democracy is under attack. You must be awake. And our court and our Justice Department must be separate from this crazy, traitorous creep.